Philippine tennis star Eala could face Coco Gauff again at Indian Wells. Ms. Eala received a first-round bye in her Indian Wells debut and returns to action on Saturday as she competes in her third consecutive WTA 1000 event this year. Manila, Eala opens her campaign in the Indian Wells Open against the winner between China's Zhang Shuai and Ukraine's Diana Yastremska. Eala received a first-round bye in her Indian Wells debut and returns to action on Saturday as she competes in her third consecutive WTA 1000 event this year. Yastremska is world number 52, while Zhang is currently world number 62 and a three-time champion. The 20-year-old Filipino is in the same bracket as fourth seed Coco Gauff, whom she could face again if both advance. Gauff will take on the winner of Canada's Bianca Andreescu and a qualifier. The Filipino tennis ace got dominated by Gauff, her former doubles partner, 6-0, 6-2, in the Dubai Tennis Championships. The Rafa Nadal Academy graduate is also expected to compete in the Miami Open next, the tournament where her rise started after making history as a wild card who beat Grand Slam champions. A desert tale, Eala's Indian Wells chapter. Could history repeat itself against Coco Gauff? In the sun-baked split of palm trees and high-performance courts in Indian Wells, California, a new chapter of a compelling story in women's tennis is poised to unfold. Known widely as one of the sport's most prestigious WTA 1000 tournaments, often dubbed the Fifth Slam, the BNP Paribas Open has a history of dramatic breakthroughs and unforgettable rivalries. This year, the spotlight is focused on a young Filipino sensation whose journey is capturing hearts halfway around the world, Alexandra Eala. Eala, at just 20 years old, is not simply another participant at Indian Wells. She is a rising star whose game is matched by her growing purpose, to redefine expectations for Filipino athletes on tennis's grandest stages. She enters this tournament coming off a career-high WTA ranking, her best yet, and a seeding that gives her an automatic first-round bye into the round of 64. But beyond the rankings, beyond the points, there is a narrative thread weaving through this tournament that has captured the imagination of tennis fans. The possibility of a rematch against one of the sport's brightest stars, Coco Gauff. The rematch on the horizon, a story more than a match. Just weeks before Indian Wells, Eala and Gauff squared off at the Dubai Tennis Championships. In that quarterfinal clash, the American world number 4 delivered a commanding performance, winning in straight sets. Despite the scoreline, the match was far from just another result. It was a test, a benchmark, for Eala's burgeoning career and one that now looms large as both athletes prepare to compete again in the desert of California. What makes this potential rematch compelling is not only the scorecards but the context. Eala's ascent, the Filipino star's rise through the rankings, has been one of the season's most exciting storylines. Not long ago, she was ranked outside the top 100 and playing ITF events. Now, she stands as a seeded player in one of tennis's biggest tournaments, a sign of how rapidly her game and confidence have matured. Gauff's position. Coco Gauff, a player who has swiftly become a fixture among the sport's elite, represents a yardstick of excellence. Her explosive style, fierce competitiveness, and Grand Slam pedigree make her one of the most formidable opponents on tour. A rematch with Gauff isn't just about points, it's a chance for Eala to measure herself against one of the best in the world. Both players, one established, one ascending, carry different narratives into Indian Wells. Yet for fans, what unites them is the allure of competition on the grandest stage. Why this rematch matters? It might be tempting to reduce this potential showdown to a simple headline, Eala could face Gauff. But in the broader tapestry of contemporary women's tennis, it has become much more. 1. A narrative of growth and aspiration. For Eala, every step at Indian Wells is meaningful. This is her first time being seeded in a WTA 1000 event, a testament to her rapid rise and consistent performance on tour. That she is in a position to potentially meet a player of Gauff's caliber speaks not only to her talent but also to her relentless determination. This scenario is more than chance. Eala's path through the draw, which could pit her against Zhang Shuai or Diana Yastremska before the possibility of Gauff, underscores how a player's season can pivot on a handful of defining moments. 2. A clash of styles and generations. On paper, Gauff's aggressive, powerful baseline game contrasts with Eala's left-handed finesse and tactical variety. These stylistic differences make any potential matchup intriguing even before a single point is played. For fans and analysts alike, it represents more than a result. It is a snapshot of evolution in the women's game. 3. Inspiration beyond the court. In the Philippines and across Asia, Eala's achievements resonate deeply. Her emergence on the world stage has lit imaginations and inspired young athletes who see through her accomplishments that barriers can be broken. Her potential match with Gauff, a global superstar, magnifies that inspiration. Whether she reaches for history or falls short, the very fact that she is in this position speaks to her growing legacy. The road ahead, possibilities and pressure. At Indian Wells, the path to a deep run is fraught with elite opponents. Beyond Gauff, Eala's section of the draw includes formidable names, demonstrating just how competitive the WTA Tour has become. For her part, Gauff's draw is equally challenging, with capable adversaries ready to test every aspect of her game. If both players advance through their opening matches, and Eala nearly guarantees her place in round 2 thanks to her seeding, the stage could be set for their third-round showdown. That's where tennis narratives intersect with human drama. Ambition meets resilience, familiarity faces evolution. But such a matchup is not just about winning or losing. It's about where each player finds herself in her personal journey. For Gauff, a rematch could be another step toward a title run and a consolidation of her standing among the elite. For Eala, it could be a crucible, a chance to show how much she has grown since their last encounter. And that is the beauty of sport. The score tells only part of the story. What a rematch could mean for the future. If Eala and Gauff do meet again this year, the reverberations could extend far beyond Indian Wells, elevating the conversation around Asian tennis. Eala's rise is part of a larger shift in tennis, one that sees exciting talent emerging from regions beyond the traditional powerhouses. A strong performance here could help solidify Asia's place in the global tennis narrative. Legacy and representation. To tennis fans in the Philippines, Eala has already done something extraordinary. She has shown that a player from the archipelago can compete and succeed at the highest levels. A rematch, on one of tennis's biggest stages, would add another chapter to that story, one that young players will remember as they chart their own paths. The heart of competition. Sports are filled with rivalries, some born of friendship, others of repeated battles. But what makes a rivalry compelling isn't just results. It's context. It's the goals each player carries into every point. And it's the shared experience of pushing one another deeper than they might.